Hi guys. Okay, not South Pacific food. We are doing Mexican Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, we try to play along with the season, the events and everything. With our normal salsa that we have at the Irishman, it's technically more of a Pico de Gallo. It's a little bit drier, not quite as liquidy as a normal salsa.
What is the difference? I mean, why does one become liquidy and one not?
Well, if we were to add like tomato juice at this point or some tomato paste and thicken it up, it would make it more of a traditional salsa. Whereas Pico de Gallo is more used for putting like inside tacos, burritos, stuff like that. It's a little bit drier, so it doesn't soak through.
I love that. And
thanks.
Does the tomato, when you're cutting it up, does that make it watery too? And how do you prevent that?
Well, you actually want a little bit of the juice from the tomato in there, a little bit, to add a little bit of the acid and flavor and everything. And we put the juice from the lemon, lime, and orange that we have there, and a little bit of the zest in there to kind of give it the citrusy feel. And we have some fresh cilantro, some bell peppers, some onions, garlic, lemon juice, sugar to give it a little sweetness too. So it's a pretty tasty Pico de Gallo.
How do you order it at the Irishman? And you're having a special Cinco de Mayo celebration with a different menu from Friday until Sunday?
Yeah, it's starting tonight, and actually lunch specials today will probably be Mexican themed as well. And we have this weekend we'll be featuring specials.
Different Cinco de Mayos. I have the menu right here, and some of them look great. You have even a tilapia type of prepared in a Spanish type of Mexican way?
Yes, yeah, tilapia with a little bit of a Mexican flair to it. The chimichanga we did last week, the banana peppers.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty diverse, pretty good specials.
We'll talk about more of the specials coming along, as well as a Mother's Day brunch that you have to hear about with the Irishman. Right now, though, we're going to take a break.
Okay, we're just talking about what's going on at the Irishman. Mother's Day, if you don't know what you're doing yet with Mom, take her to the Irishman next weekend. Before Mother's Day, though, Cinco de Mayo.
That's right.
So we're making Pico de Gallo today.
Yes, figure it would kind of tie in nicely here with everything.
Yep.
We run this, it's a normal menu item actually. We have the normal salsa.
Okay.
And we run this, we have this for things at the restaurant, so I'm going to start by zesting up a orange here, a lime, and start everything going with that.
And we're seeing a trend with cooking this week, especially this week, like with the warmer months coming, all fresh ingredients, and that's always yummy.
Fresh definitely makes a difference. We'll get all the zest off these, we'll cut them, we'll get all the juice in there for a little citrus to add to it.
Okay.
And that's basically the only liquid that's involved in this. It's like I said, it's a drier version of salsa, the Pico de Gallo, so basically the only juice in there is going to be the juice from the tomato and the citrus.
So, again, you said you run this, not just on Cinco de Mayo, but other times at the restaurant, but you do also have a Cinco de Mayo menu. It includes stuffed banana peppers, some tilapia,
yeah, a little
pork,
Mexican flair on the tilapia.
Carnitas, chimichanga, which you made.
Yep, the chimichanga we did last week. Yep, we're starting this. We're running those starting tonight. We're running them through the weekend, so we encourage everyone to come in and try some of our Cinco de Mayo specials, in addition to our normal Irish fare.
There you go.
Yep, so just going to get a little more zest in here, and then I'm going to start chopping on everything. And as you can see, this is very basic, just the zest, and then basically I'm just going to go small dice on all this, mix it all together. And if you're making this at home, I'd recommend that you let it sit for a day before all the juices and all the flavors from the cilantro and everything kind of develop in there. Yeah, so I would advise making this a day in advance if you are making this. So.
Okay, well, coming up in the next segment, we're going to start chopping, finishing our Pico de Gallo. Stick with us. We'll be right back. Back with Chef Tom in the kitchen. We're cooking our Pico de Gallo. Perfect, or I guess not cooking, chopping.
Chopping, yeah. It's basically just chopping and assembling at this point. I'm just going to start with my onions here, my tomato, my bell pepper, cilantro, and just start assembling everything.
And the pressure's kind of on because the men of Chelsea lately just got here, so Chef Tom has like 3 minutes and 30 seconds to cut. Please don't cut your finger off.
I'm going to try to do the best I can
and then
here.
We're
No
gonna
pressure.
Get to the
no
men,
pressure
I know,
or anything.
Of Chelsea lately. And also, with the knife, if you're noticing this on TV, Sarah, Chef Tom's girlfriend, is here today.
My wonderful girlfriend.
Wonderful girlfriend, because he needed this, awesome knife, I guess, that they have, so she brought it to him this morning. Woke up nice and early on her day off.
That's love
I
right
know.
there on her day off. I think she just wanted to come in and hang out with everyone from the show, watch the show and everything, So she had an ulterior motive, I think.
Oh, gosh, okay. She's just laughing.
And basically, I'm just going to keep chopping away here. Just the onions, the tomatoes, the peppers, and obviously the fresh ingredients here. Going to make a difference.
I like that trick you did to the onions too. You just you didn't cut it all the way through. You kind of kept it attached to the end.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of the cheating way to do it. The quickest way to do it is basically make the the lines in the onion and then go across.
Cool.
It's kind of the quickest way to do it.
And with cilantro, you can keep the stems in.
A little bit of stem, just
not too much.
Not too much, but you want to do some.
Okay.
So.
Now with the tomatoes, you can keep in the seeds too?
Yep, you can just chop these up like this, and like I said, a little bit of the juice from the tomatoes is a good thing. That will kind of, because we don't have too much other liquid going on.
Right, okay.
This will kind of work for us, so.
This is a good knife.
Yes, it's a pretty good knife.
Nice and flat.
Nice and, yeah, it's kind of got the good blade to it, nice knife strokes, nice and sharp, so. Yeah, it kind of helps. It's useful when you're doing something like this. And of course, you can do this as small or as large dice as you want. I kind of like a smaller dice on mine, but it's up to you when you're doing this. You know, you can take your time with it and kind of do it to the specifications you want.
Now, if somebody's getting into cooking, would you recommend them getting like a nice knife set to
I would always
help with the
recommend a nice sharp knife always helps. I mean, actually, you know, people think a sharp knife might be more dangerous, but a dull knife is actually more dangerous because there's more chance to kind of cut yourself. You know, the knife will kind of bounce off whatever you're cutting. Believe me, I've had that happen to me a few times. When I lived in Cleveland a few times, I've had some accidents over the years, so, but I've gotten much better, and that's what kind of leads you to work on your
And that's how you knew that Sarah had to bring in the good knife today.
That's right, because I didn't want to, didn't want any injuries on TV here. That would not be a good thing. It might be exciting, but it might not be a good thing. So I have to go back to work today at the Irishman, so that wouldn't be positive.
And of course, tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. Lots of specials, even going to have the Cinco de Mayo specials there today.
Yep, we're starting the specials today, and we'll be running them all weekend. So you got plenty of time to come out and give everything a shot, try out our specials and everything.
And there's always going something on at the Irishman, the patio, if weather permitting. Of course, Mother's Day is next weekend, so you can make reservations, right, for Mother's Day?
Yep.
Mom there?
Yep, we'll be taking reservations, number 626-2670. So call now, start making your reservations for Mother's Day.
Okay. So we basically just done lots of peppers, lots of really vibrant, I guess, veggies.
Yes. Fresh, vibrant, local, as Gordon Ramsay would say. That's I've been known to reference Gordon Ramsay a little bit. I've got a little bit of Cajun seasoning, some salt,
Okay.
my garlic, and basically mix it all up. And like I said, you want to give this a little bit more time, probably like, a day or so to let everything soak in.
Well, we gave you the challenge, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. You got it all
Did
done.
the best I could. I would have done a little bit smaller
great.
dice,
Oh,
but
it's fine.
and that's the finished product. That's after it's been sitting, of course.
Okay, I'm going to have a bite, and on that note, we're going to send things over to Vic. Vic, I will bring some of this Pico de Gallo in with you. And you're with the men who rushed over here, the men of Chelsea lately. Hey.
Hey. Gosh, my heart just started to pound. The men from lately are in the kitchen. I know they're going to ruin this segment for me, too. We made Pico de Gallo with Chef Tom earlier. Now you're going to make a Spanish...
It's Spanish bruschetta. We'll be featuring it this weekend. It's just taking the salsa that we made, kind of modifying it a little bit, and then we made some polenta, which is basically cornmeal that we kind of bring to a boil, cook, sear off, and then I basically top that with some of the salsa. That
How do you get it in this shape? Do you just put it in a pan or something and fry it up?
Yeah, we brought it to a boil, we cooked it off, and then we put it on a sheet tray, and it kind of comes to that, and then we cut it out. Then you cut out the pieces at that point.
Cheese on it?
There's no cheese in there, but there are some fresh herbs and some seasonings that kind of tie in with the.
You're cooking healthy
salsa.
for me today.
This is probably the healthiest you'll ever get from me, Victoria. So that, you should probably enjoy this today here. I'll make sure to bring something out with heavy cream and butter next week. Stick to the normal.
We always talk about that. I'm going to invite Amelia and Matt, and come on, men of Chelsea lately. You guys said you were hungry. You've been. What are you eating? Oh, you have bagels. See, these are the big guys that have come in. We provided bagels and. You guys want to try this?
Oh, wow.
Pico de Gallo. Do you guys do anything?
Authentic Mexican chip.
Listen, be nice. You guys doing anything special for Cinco de Mayo? Will you be on the road?
Tarrytown, New York, performing. We never stop working.
Aren't you going to do anything in Buffalo Fun?
Yeah,
Other than
we're going to go to Duff's.
To get chicken wings.
Yeah.
Go Duffs. Go Duffs. I think Duffs.
And then the Irishman on
Of course,
Main
the
Street.
Irishman.
Oh, yeah, we're going
For Cinco de Mayo.
Did you try?
Yeah.
Everybody try?
I'm going to try right now.
Spanish?
The scoop. Does it go well with bagels?
Everything goes well with bagels. Men of Chelsea lately, thanks so much for rushing here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
UV show tonight starts at 8 o'clock. Tickets still available. It's only $25. Probably the best $25 you'll spend in your entire life.
That's true. My entire life.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Hey.
so happy.